Playful Pat and the SpaceX Rocket Launch. By Lisa Kelly. Pat was known to be quite playful. When his big eyes sparkled and his little freckles twitched, you never knew what Pat would be up to next. Pat was still buzzing from the excitement of the SpaceX rocket launch. He relived the memory in his mind, the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The entire ground rumbled and shook, and Pat finally spotted the rocket, surrounded by a massive cloud of smoke. The rocket was so loud that he had to cover his ears. He watched in awe as the rocket slowly lifted off, growing smaller and smaller until it was just a dot in the sky, and then it disappeared entirely. Pat could still feel the boom in his bones. As they drove back to Grandpa's house, Pat's mind buzzed with questions. "Grandpa, how long do astronauts train before they go to space?" he asked. Grandpa smiled and replied, "Oh, they train for about 2 to 3 years before their first mission. They learn how to survive in different conditions, how to fly the spacecraft, and what to do in emergencies." Pat asked, "How many miles is it to get to Mars?" Grandpa answered, "On average, Mars is about 140 million miles away from Earth." "So, how long does it take to get to Mars?" "About 6 to 9 months, Grandpa answered. But no astronaut has gone that far yet. This rocket was just part of the preparations. They're practicing for the day when people will actually go there." "What do astronauts eat in space?" Grandpa chuckled. "They have special food, like freeze-dried fruits and packaged meals. They add water and heat them up. Not as good as Grandma's cooking, but it keeps them healthy." Pat asked, "Is there water on Mars?" "There is ice on Mars, which means there might have been water a long time ago. Scientists think there could be signs of life, but they haven't found anything yet." Pat's head was spinning with all this new information. "What is the temperature on Mars, Grandpa?" he asked, his curiosity bubbling over. Grandpa smiled and said, "Mars is really cold. During the day, it can be about 70 degrees, like a warm spring day. But at night, it gets super cold, way colder than a snowy winter, around -100 degrees. Pat's eyes widened. "Whoa, that's a huge difference. I think I'd rather stay where it's cozy." Pat's eyes were wide with curiosity. "Grandpa, can you see the sunrise on Mars?" he asked. "Yes, you can. But it's a little different than here on Earth. The sunrise on Mars isn't orange or pink like we see here, it's kind of a bluish color. The dust in Mars' sky makes the sun look a little blue when it comes up. Can you imagine waking up to a blue sunrise, Pat?" Pat giggled, thinking of all the cool colors he might see if he ever got to watch the sun rise on Mars. "How long is a day on Mars, Grandpa?" he asked, ready for more Mars facts. Grandpa said, "Well, on Mars, a day is just a little longer than here on Earth. A full day on Mars, from one sunrise to the next, is about 24 hours and 39 minutes. So it's like having an extra half hour to play each day." Pat grinned, imagining all the extra fun he could have with his friends with a longer day. Pat's mind was full of new ideas and dreams as they reached home. He couldn't wait to tell Grandma about everything he had learned. Maybe one day, he would get to explore Mars too. The end. Hit that subscribe button, leave your comments below, and let us know where you think Pat should go next. The world is waiting, and the adventure begins now.